All right. Hi. This one's a little impromptu. It's a bit of a random stream. I am aware. Sorry, let me organize things. But I thought that since I did a video the other day about Wilbur Soot and the whole Wilbur Soot thing, um, then okay, let me restart for a second. Hi, Axie. Welcome to the stream. So a couple days ago, I made a video about the Wilbur Soot situation, so to speak. The situation is crazy, but all the video really was like a video update explaining, oh yeah, Wilbur Soot's back, and this is what's happening, this is what he said. I know that a lot of people find the topic of him particularly triggering, so I thought, like, hey, I'll make a video that explains it by the basics. And I was actually egged on to do this by a friend of mine online. He was like, oh yeah, look at this. Look at what's going on here. Swag, welcome to the stream. How you going, Swag? Anyway, so I thought, like, wow, yeah, funny. I could farm views of this. That'd be cool, right? That would be very, very funny, haha. And then I recorded the video in like one take, and I thought, this is a piece of crap. This is terrible. No one's gonna watch this. But in my head, I still had the general idea. I was like, wait a minute. I already know how to make a thumbnail. Let's just throw it on the internet and let's see what happens, right? Let's just find out. So I posted the video expecting to get maybe 1,000 to 3,000 views, and I also kind of thought that somebody would probably tell me to kill myself in the comments. Sai, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? So anyway, yeah, I was expecting to get a lot of hate for the video. I was expecting people to be like, wow, look at this dumbass milking the situation. Look at this guy. Well, this guy sucks. But that didn't happen. The 1,000 to 3,000 views I was expecting didn't happen. You know, I woke up because... So I recorded that video at around midnight, okay? The Wilbur Soot video came out, like, I literally found out at the 8-minute mark. I respect the fact that you didn't accuse Wilbur of being an abuser because the allegations were never confirmed. Yeah, exactly. The allegations were never confirmed, and that is something that I want to address today in this stream. By the way, if you're new here, I normally play video games, but today's special. Today is special. Right, so the video came out at about midnight my time, and I was on the computer for some unknown reason, and my friend sent it to me, and we made a joke about it like I just explained, and I thought, wow, yeah, 8 minutes, that's crazy. So I went ahead and I watched the full video, and then I watched maybe half of the flag video and skipped around a bit, and I was like, yeah, okay, this is it. Wilbur Soot's back. That's cool. And I thought, nah, I'm not the drama guy anymore. I don't make drama documentary slop. Like, you know, I was a really crappy version of Internet Anarchist with a slightly better accent. But alas, I had the itch. Because I knew that being first would mean something. You know, so I went ahead, recorded my thing. But before I did that, I went and had a shower. Because I wasn't that guy. I was better than that. But I wasn't. So I made a video, thought it was crap, you know, it's going to perform badly, it's going to be... Do you guys hear a random noise? Because I'm hearing a random noise in my earbuds. Anyway, I uploaded the video, I went to bed. Well, I recorded the video, I debated not doing it at all after that. I edited half of it, completely closed my editing software and went, nah, this is terrible. This is bad even for my standard of bad. And then I thought I had a second wind at like 30 minutes past midnight, and I thought, you can't hear anything? That's not very good. Okay, wait, no, you can't hear what I'm complaining about. That is good. Great. There is something going on. I think it's just my headphones. Anyway, sorry. Where was I? Right, so I had a second wind. I opened up my video editing software and I went, you know what, screw it. Screw it. Let's just finish this piece of crap. Let's just get this out of the way. Thank you very much, Axie. So I went ahead and I finished the video. Very quick cuts. I tried to put some B-roll in. I frankly didn't care. So there's barely any editing. And I threw it up on the internet, made a thumbnail in about 5 minutes. I knew that the thumbnail was decent. I knew that much. That's about as much as I knew. But yeah, so I woke up, when did I post it? It was Friday morning for me. So I woke up and there's already thousands of views, more than 3,000, more than I had initially expected at all. I was in like the 5,000 to 6,000 range and I was already like, wow, holy crap. Anyway, that's kind of my experience with it. I didn't expect it to do well. And now it's at like 30,000 views, which is ridiculous. Yeah, blew up in your face. Yeah, it absolutely blew up in my face. Because I was making the video ironically, thinking, yeah, look at these slop people, and then, yeah, I did it, and then it did well. Why does it need to be addressed? That is exactly what I'm about to get into. So, welcome to the stream, Dax. How are you doing today? So, what I realized was somebody left me a comment. So let me, how do I, okay, so like with the video here, right? Nice lighting, by the way, Ben. There were a lot of comments. There's 266 comments. And I find that kind of ridiculous. But one of the comments in question, is it this button? This is a cool button. Hey, thanks for the follow, Pretty Starlight. This button. One of the comments said, I hope I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. Kind of. One of these comments said that people were arguing and that it was kind of my fault. Like, they're like, hey, people are arguing. How do you feel about that? And then I realized, yeah, people are arguing. So I thought that today I would address the arguments in question. I would probably go through the video comments, go through how I feel, go through, you know, I love to reply to comments. I love audience interaction. That's why I stream. But I can't reply to 266 as eloquently as I'd like to. So yeah, that's the point of the stream. The stream today is me looking through those comments and getting like a general idea, or giving you guys a chance to get a general idea of how I'm feeling and what's going on with like the comments themselves. Games Foundation, hello, welcome in. And Annie Combi as well, welcome. A lot of new people today. It feels weird. It feels very weird. Right. So before I really go into like the drama that is the comment section that I created, and I do want to say sorry for that. Like, I didn't want to cause drama. I wanted to painlessly just, well, I hated making the video. I wanted to just go through a video and explain to people what's going on, so the people who get triggered by seeing Wilbur Soot wouldn't have to see him very much, and then I could finally close the chapter that is the Wilbur Soot video. The reason that Wilbur has anything really to do with me is because I made this video a year ago, 50,000 views. It's a very like well-made video. It's got if I just scroll through, it's got a lot of editing on it. It's very cool, lots of zooms. I was so proud of that color grading. It was very nice. But, you know, this is like my follow-up. So that's like the main reason I did it. But anyway, I've been yapping enough. Let's, you had 17 replies, one of your comments, but you don't understand how people have different views. Yeah, exactly. So hopefully by the end of the stream today, you are going to understand the other perspective, maybe just a little bit better, or maybe you will feel more validated in your perspective, whether there was an argument or not. Wilbur's doing wonders for me. Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest. I have made a lot of money off Wilbur Soot. Not the latest video, but the previous video funded a couple of my content creation things. Is Wilbur bad? I think, this is a strong one, welcome to the stream, Lumo. I think that we don't actually truly have enough information, but the information that we have And the lack of comeback from him is a large indicator that he might not be the greatest. Okay? That's the perspective. That's why I keep it very neutral. It's because we, at the end of the day, do not know. So I'm not going to take a side in this stream. I have my own opinions, which I'm keeping to myself. But at the end of the day, we do not know. You think he should have stayed off the internet? That is a very understandable take. It's very hard to come back from what he's like coming back from, you know? You think Wilbur should have stayed off the internet? Oh, sorry, I read that on So True, but we really don't have enough info. Exactly. The amount of evidence we have doesn't show if he's actually bad or good. Yes. There's allegations. Okay. I'll put it to you like this, right? And I really want you to pay attention. So look, jangle of the keys, changing perspective, okay? I really want you to pay attention with this aspect is, although he has been accused of things, and although he has said something in response, we are hearing a lot of words. He has not proven that he's innocent, and in a court of law, he doesn't technically have to. But she hasn't proven that he's guilty either, which is what makes this whole case relatively interesting and why the amount of persecution that's been going on isn't exactly the most fair. Celia Gurley, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. By the way, if you're on Twitch, the stream's also available on YouTube, and if you're on YouTube, the stream is available on Twitch. Just in case you might want to know that. Right. Evidence. In your opinion, innocent until proven guilty. Exactly. That is how the legal system works in most countries. Exactly. Let's get into these comments. Before I get into comments, I wanted to say one thing. On God, I thought this was. What did you think this was? And Dip, thank you for the follow. What was I thinking? Right, if I press this button. Just as a fun fact, if you Google search Wilbur Soot is back, I'm the second option. Can you not see the full message? I'm not sure if I think I may have missed it. Sorry. Do you want to resend that to me? Right, so I'm like the second response, which is kind of wild if you think about it. I mean, out of all the options that you realistically have here, you got Wilbur's video, the real one. I'll read those in a second. We have got my video, and we got Dingo and Brooding Around. I've got the most views out of the drama people, so I mean, I guess I slop better, even though I didn't even mean to. I do like my thumbnail though, like out of all the four. But yeah, a lot of other videos apparently were very opinionated and very bad. Mine was apparently the most neutral. So I think I did well in the sense of I didn't push an agenda too hard. You know what I mean? But yeah, I find that I'm having a lot of imposter syndrome. I find that completely wild. You know, like that's, you know, kind of like happening. Right, so to read a chat, you thought this was pre-recorded? No, this is not pre-recorded. Wait, why did you think this was pre-recorded? Wait, what? Okay, sorry, I see your full message now, but what? What do you think about the Katie Bugs and George Not Found situation? I actually did a lot of research on that one. I was going to make a full, like, 30-minute documentary on that for my other channel, but it got to the point where just the sheer amount of talk, and trigger warnings to everybody here, I'm very sorry. The sheer amount of talk about sexual assault just made me uncomfortable. I didn't want to accuse George of sexual assault, and I didn't want to imply more sexual assault upon him. Like people had already accused him of a lot. I didn't want to make that situation worse. And then at the same time, Katie's story was at first really unreliable, and then it got a little better, then it got a lot worse. It's hard to believe George, and it's hard to believe Katie. The whole thing in my brain became like this weird mess, and emotionally, I didn't think it was a good idea for me to make a video on it. Just because I didn't want to do something to harm another human being, whether, you know, because I didn't know whether it was true or not. The Wilbur stuff was easy. The Wilbur stuff is, this is accusation, this is what he said in response, this is it. But this is, the Katie situation is so different that I don't want to get into it too far. I'm happy to watch a video. I'm happy to do a reaction on this channel. I don't mind. But just keep in mind that there are real concerns. Okay, cool. You're on George's side because Katie showed no evidence. But it's really hard to prove evidence for something that happened on a drunken night at a party. I have personally been sexually assaulted at parties, and I didn't do anything about it. Not out of fear, not out of the whole age thing, not out of power play, but surely because it was something that had happened to me, and, you know, I don't want to go into my life too much, but I know for a fact that it is hard to prove as a victim. Is George getting accused? He did last year. A lot of inconsistencies? Exactly, you're right. The whole George thing is weird and confusing because you don't know who's lying. Yeah, exactly. 100%. It looked like a YouTube video because it's so professional. Thank you very much. Leave Katie alone, she's no longer online? Yeah, exactly. And there's no point in me, like, if she I'm afraid that she would find my video and then get triggered by something that I said. I don't want to upset other people. I want to hurt other people. I got another point in a second, but wasn't George found innocent after the girls caught lying? I think the overall consensus is that George is kind of not cancelled, or at least not cancelled as much compared to, you know, Wilbur, for example. Because he well and truly defended himself and gave a very realistic point of view. You know, it is at the end of the day word against word, and I don't want to accuse somebody of something horrific and ruin somebody's career, or at least play a part in that by making a video that gets a couple of views. And I mean, the money's not bad, but that's not the point. I don't care about the money. I'm not here for the money. Dip, thank you for the follow. It's more complicated, exactly, and that's why I quit my original commentary channel. If you want, you can go over the video. I'm happy to do that later in the stream. I just want to talk about the Wilbur stuff first. I saw a comment on his update video that talked about why he didn't put out another statement elaborating on his statement that was already, if he said that he still stands by it. He left a comment on the upload. Okay, we can look at that today. Carrie, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining in, as well as Fever Dream. Today we're just going through my Wilbur Soot video that I did. That's how I assume you found me, and I want to look through the comment section. I want to address the arguments that I caused. I want to apologize for that when I see them, and as I already have. And yeah, that's basically what we're doing today. You respect me a lot for not wanting to ruin someone else's career about this. Yeah, exactly. Aki, welcome to the stream. Greetings, I'm new here. I have one question. What about Wilbur's friends? Yeah, that's something I didn't talk about, and I think I will talk about today. So, Fever's made a very, very good point. Let's look. Apparently, there is a comment that he made, and I'm not seeing it. If you can find me that comment, that'd be great, but I'm not quite finding it. Cool. We can look at that in a second. Right, so let's actually get into the comments. I've pandered so much. I've done so much meandering around the point. I'm thinking, do I do this view? I think we do this view. Right, let's do a refresh because the video keeps getting bloody comments because it keeps getting views for some reason. It didn't get any recently. Very cool. And then if I do, can I do a zoom in effect? Is my stream gonna let me? This lets me. So then will this? No. Okay, well we'll do this screen. We'll do this screen. My bad. Not him, another person. Ah, okay. If you want to send that in this chat, I'll happily read that out. Alright, so just to I'll talk about Wilbur's friends afterwards. I've pandered for 24 minutes. God damn. My apologies, chat. You know what? I have a beer here. I'm gonna just have a sip, and then I'm gonna read. We've stalled enough. Okay, what a brilliant video, simple and extremely informative with no bias. I'm very glad that you believe that. I don't have any biases, that is true. I'm shocked that you liked the video. I'm shocked that the people in the stream right now liked the video. I don't think it's a great video, but alas. If somebody could explain that to me, that would be amazing, but I think that I did a pretty crap job. I thought it was a terrible video, but here you guys are complimenting me, of all things. You don't believe the whole, it would take too many details to clear up, and that's just a hand wave away the elephant in the room, my words. I I half agree and I half disagree with that. Nor Air, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Because like one complicated measure. How was your comment? Which one was your comment? Sorry. I'll find in a second. I think. Anyway, I think with the whole personal details aspect is it's a double-edged sword. And I think that it's also a bit of a catch-22 situation. You know, if he shares a lot of personal detail, then ultimately he's going to be crossing barriers. He's going to be, you know, hurting people more, and people, you know, the mob are going to get mad at him over that. But then if he doesn't share it, like he hasn't now, then people, like yourself, you're going to be mad simply because he didn't share the information. So I think he's damned either way. But at the end of the day, this is something between two people. And I don't think dragging millions of fans into a situation is healthy for anyone. And I think it's probably more harmful. So I get where he's coming from, but it's also not a good look. It's not. Which is good because you didn't support either, you didn't degrade anybody, you just informed. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Axie. You checked your comment and now has 19 replies. Yeah. Go to the time section of this update video and search for the one by Jojo that timestamps to 101. Okay. Kala, welcome to the stream. How you doing? That's my video, that's his video. They mentioned 101. We're scrolling. 50th from the newest? Oh, okay. I think I'm sorting by top at the moment. Yeah. Come on, we're gonna find it eventually. There are so many comments though. I don't think we're actually going to. I don't think I'm gonna scroll my way to it. Wait, Jojo? No. No. Yeah. Anyway, Dusk, welcome to the stream. How you doing? I have a question. Have you ever thought of seeing photos when they were dating to see if there were any marks on Shovel? I find that a little creepy and a little parasocial. Just in my opinion. Have I? Did I? I saw a few, but it was kind of inconclusive. I did do research into both of them when I made my original video, but yeah. Wait, is this the Wilbur Soot is back video or is there a different one? There's two Wilbur Soot videos. So there is my original one, which is this one here, 40,000 views from a year ago on my other channel. And then I did my one yesterday-ish, which now has 30. How does it have 30,000 views? It took me like half an hour to make. You know, the other one took me a whole week. I worked every day to make that one, to make it as good as I could. And then it turns out you guys just like it when I get really jaded and then just talk for 5 minutes. Remember me when you're big? I appreciate that, but I don't think I'm getting big off this channel. No. You can screenshot it to me? Yeah, exclamation mark Discord, Fever Dream. You might have shared those on Discord. I'll check my Discord server now. But no, I just have, I have pings on a different server though. Oh, okay, never mind. I didn't get into any drama. We're doing good. We're doing good. If the Discord link doesn't send, I will quickly whip one up for you. Sorry, I'm very new to this whole multi-streaming thing. And yeah. Anyway, without further ado, yeah, that is a point there. You used to watch him and the Dream SMP, you thought he was funny and that he made good music. I just think that Shelby and Wilbur should have discussed things online. Like Shelby, I knew what would happen to Wilbur after she revealed the truth, which even though we don't know if it is the truth or not, I mean, Wilbur was on pictures where his black eyes or bruises, while Shelby never had any as far as I remember. I really don't care anymore. They should have discussed in private. I mean, I don't support him or Shelby, but I still like his music. And now that is a very strong point. Not about the proof stuff. I didn't, like I said, I didn't really look at the pictures too deeply, so I can't say anything. I don't want to just pull words out of random YouTube commenters' mouths. But yeah, Wilbur has had an interesting set of years. I know that he has had issues with alcohol. I know that he's had a couple of other issues based on his songs. I like his songs. As standalone pieces of individual media, I like the album Your City Gave Me Asthma. I can play the songs on my guitar that I have right there in the background. I learned how to play the songs. I know how to play Your New Boyfriend and Internet Ruined Me. I know all the words. You know, you like One Day from Lovejoy? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, like, I think it's okay to like music, but it's also okay to not like the artist. It's up to you whether or not you want to consume that media, but you shouldn't hate on other people. That's the biggest thing I hate about this whole situation. The reason I'm here today right now is there is so much hate towards other people for just having an opinion, just for choosing to be on the side of something. And, you know, we get the memes and we get the jokes where they say like, oh my God, this person is chronically unemployed, or, you know, all the employed people are going to love this drama. Look, I work full time. I paid attention because I watched Wilbur since I was like 8 years old. You know, I was there for his first channel. He's not obligated to share what happened exactly. If they're true, then he owes trouble or whatever. Yeah. But it's also between the two of them, or the law. If we're talking about abuse here, at the end of the day, the internet isn't like the place where everything should go down. All right, somebody linked stuff? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, you hate society for this because people stick their nose in situations that don't concern them. I mean, I'm here. You guys have given me a very, very baby cute platform that I'm so grateful for, but it's also because I talked about drama. Kind of looks like Danny now. Let's not talk about his appearance. Yes, he's looking a lot thinner than he did before, and I think he looked nicer when he had a little more weight on his face. But let's not bully his appearance. Let's move on from his appearance. No drug comments. I know that there are some. I think that it is a low blow. Quite simply. You're saying he didn't confess to what Shelby said, but he admitted in the weak apology post. He didn't really, like, he admitted to being a crap boyfriend. He admitted to being slobbish and disrespectful, but the allegations of biting is the part, you know, that he admitted to biting her, but like in a kinky way, in a flirty kinky way, and to avoid, I mean, at the risk of sounding a little strange, I can say that I know people and I may have participated in cases of very clearly consensual related things in the past, and that it wasn't a terrible experience. So what Wilbur's saying is, oh yeah, we were just being, you know, a little kinky. And what Shelby's saying was, he would physically bite me to the point of pain, and it was bad, and he was abusing me because he wouldn't respect my boundaries when we were doing stuff like that. Big difference. Big difference that people need to understand. So let's not kink shame anybody, because it's not even that kinky. I like Call Me What You Like bit every time I see the music. But every time you see the music video, you get bad flashbacks of Quackity. That's fair enough. If something like that upsets you, then I appreciate that you want to try and avoid that. I've only recently seen all this stuff, but something that I saw was edits of them both with the comments actively hating on each other. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't want a war, and I'm upset that I caused one. A little one. You don't like about the drug comments? Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm banning drug comments. You know, like, I've addressed it. I acknowledged it. That's it. We're not talking about the drug stuff because there's no proof. It's unfair. It's not very nice. Honestly, you're very happy that he came back, even if it's not Minecraft. You like his content and how it is. Yep. That's fine. If you want to watch a YouTube video, go ahead. But you don't deserve to tell people to hurt themselves, and they don't deserve to tell you to hurt yourself. We are all bystanders at the end of the day. I mean, I'm one who profited a little bit, but that's a different story. You think mine's the 5th or 6th top comment on yesterday? Damn. Right. As a Wilbur supporter, so be careful, guys. As a Wilbur supporter, I'm happy that you didn't bash on him and you stayed neutral. You've earned a sub. Thank you for the subscribe. We'll leave it at that. this is where the arguing starts. This is where the stuff is very, like, you know, worrying. I don't want to cause a war. I don't want these guys to argue, and I will shut it down if I have to. But he's looking rather fragile. Yeah. Yeah. They're being appreciative of me for the way I handled the video. And I think that is a valid statement, and I appreciate it. Now, I don't know why they had to open their comment like this. You don't have to take a side. My whole point of the stream is the fact that you don't have to take a side, that you can sit and understand what's going on, and then you can continue to live your life. Everyone is saying Crap's going bad after Techno's death. I think Crap was always bad, but Techno's death was just a larger milestone that people can bounce off. You just reply "get alive" to people who are still serious about the bite thing even after 2 years. Yeah. Yeah, it is a big deal. It is very... Sorry, it is very strange that some people can be so obsessed about a creator. This is the concern about parasocial relationships. And, yeah. Dude, your Wilbur Soot video was very mature, you don't support him and all that, but man, you handled it so well. Welcome to the stream, Mars, how you doing? Well, welcome back, I should say. Are you talking about the first one or the second one? This guy says yes with a bunch of that. I don't know whether they're calling me gay, but I guess that's a positive comment. So true, I watched Wilbur's video and there were people making jokes on him about the way he looked. Yeah, exactly. The thing people know, but yeah, then exactly. Exactly. His return video isn't potentially offensive. It was just him announcing that he was going to make commentary videos at the end of the day. He's like, hey, I stand by what I said before. I don't have anything else to add to it. I'm not going to defend myself any further because I don't want to breach other people's privacy, which is a respectable thing. It's not great, but it's respectable. I understand where he's coming from. Then he announced his commentary channel. You know what? That 4-minute video I made, that could have been 45 seconds. You watched Wilbur's video? Yeah, sorry. Another thing about creators is they have a big impact on viewers that watch them. Exactly. I want... If I double down on this slop stuff and I make more drama videos, I want them to have the same energy because I want them... I want to be able to educate people without them getting super opinionated. I'm not left-wing. I'm not right-wing. I'm not going to push a political agenda on any viewer. I am just going to tell you guys about what's happening. And then I want you guys to think for yourself. It's always been my goal. You're not my everyday viewer, but you just watched my video on Wilbur. Yeah, welcome to the stream, Grux. Welcome to the stream. Somebody sent a screenshot, apparently, on my Discord. Is that in DMs? Risky click of the day. Yes, okay. So somebody said, if you still stand by everything you said, but you think that people misinterpreted your wording, then why did you never try and clarify yourself or go in depth more than just a single tweet? Technically 2 pictures in a tweet. It's like 2 tweets. The main issue that people had with the response that it seemed like you were not taking responsibility for what you did, so if you don't take complete responsibility, because as you say you don't accept the labels being attributed to you, then you need to justify why those labels aren't true. As it stands, people think you haven't taken responsibility and have no reason to doubt the accusatory labels. So most people are going to just accept this video and continue watching you like nothing happened. Dark M's, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? As well as Grux. So the interesting thing about that is that the binding, the main thing was addressed. I didn't say it properly in my video because he kind of danced around it, but obviously he's going to deny accusations that are bad. So he, you know, like I just described before, he was like, yes, I did biting, but it was consensual and I am sorry if it hurt her. But, you know, it's not, he didn't admit to it. And I feel like that comment you just showed me is more anti-Wilbur in the sense that they're trying to push an agenda. They're trying to be like, why didn't you admit to it? But he's not going to admit to it if he's already going to say his separate point of view. So I feel like it's a bit of a rough comment. It's a bit of a harsh one. The Brighton biter. My gosh. Okay. Maybe we don't make those comments because we don't know at the end of the day. We well and truly don't know. This video just reminds me how pointless annoying YouTube drama is. Yes, that is exactly why I made the video. I'm trying to be the anti-drama, not anti-drama, the anti-slop in the sense of, hello, here's information. Move on. So yeah. Chunk, I just got here what happened. Hi, welcome in. We're just discussing the video further that I made. I didn't expect it to do well, and now I'm panicking because 30,000 people saw it. And then I'm just reading through the comments because I feel bad for causing arguments, and I want to try and, like, address that in some way. There is a comment on this video that inspired me to do this stream, and that's what I'm going to be covering in a sec. Watching the first day, whatever. Bogdan, this guy's like trying to gauge where my comment section lies, and I don't want this comment section to exist on any side, and I think for the most part they're doing well. What if Wilbur did his, if what he's, okay, if it's true, I don't care, but if she's lying, he's not happy. And I think that's an understandable take. It's okay, Mars, I understand. We're just trying to say stuff. And yeah, they have a point in the sense of, like, you know, if he is a bad guy, then that's bad. But if the other person was making a false allegation, that's really bad. So yeah, cold take, nothing crazy. King shaming is like saying no to a guy addicted to porn. I think that's a very bad example. I think you can be attracted to certain things in the bedroom and have that be completely separate to any sort of addiction. You know, you can have a compulsion without it being a real issue. Again, I don't want to have a sex talk with my YouTube or my stream chat. I mean, we could, but I don't know how old you guys are, and quite frankly, I don't want to know how old you guys are. Let's just have a mature discussion. This person likes my voice. Thank you. If you like my voice, say so in the chat, I guess. This one's fairly large. I'm not hitting on Shelby, but I'm stating evidence of what happened in the Wilbur allegations. It just gets hot in here. Okay, bud. So this person chose to support Wilbur. They have their reasons. There's proven evidence that Shelby's lying, allegedly. They're also aware of the apology and how it wasn't great, but that doesn't mean that he admitted to abuse, which is very true. He didn't admit to abusing her physically. He admitted to potentially just being a very, very bad and disrespectful person, which can be different. Maybe there's some emotional manipulation in there. Who knows? It's always the stream chats that get freaky. I mean, look, if you guys stick around, the only reason I thought it was okay is because Shelby's saying it's okay. Shelby never had bruises, but Wilbur has. A lie that is the same thing. Now, I don't like the part where people are like, but Wilbur had bruises and she didn't. Are we saying that because you're trying to accuse of the opposite happening? Like, what's the deal there? It's a little bit weird of a backwards statement. But yeah, they do make a point. Wilbur has a song dedicated to being in a hotel room and being slapped. I have written songs in the past that I've never published, and I wrote about all kinds of things. Some things happened and some things didn't. I don't think the songs are necessarily proof. Would you ever look into the Lovejoy allegations? I didn't know that there were Lovejoy allegations. I'm interested now, but I have not looked into them, but I'm willing to at some point. My voice is nice, thank you, Middle Mac, and especially when it's 3 AM. Yeah, I can put people to sleep if I'm not careful. The apology doesn't confirm they did anything. He said he thought it was consensual. Yeah, this is basically a lot of stuff that, like, I've said. There's a lot of stuff that we've already discussed. But what I don't like is that this is very Wilbur-sided. It's very Wilbur-coded. It's 5 AM for you. Wow. Thank you for being here. I live in Australia, by the way. That's why I'm streaming at a weird time. Okay. Now, this person makes a great point about Phil. So Phil's a Minecraft, very close friend of Wilbur's, has apparently disassociated from him, or at least has publicly. And he's the kind of guy who normally talks to anybody, even with drama in mind. So they make a good point that things are probably bad because of that. But also, like, the personality traits that Shelby was upset about, the personality traits that Wilbur admitted to, and the stuff that we've seen in streams, it makes sense that Phil may have just decided that just like, hey, Wilbur's not a very nice guy, and I don't want to associate with him anymore. That's valid. Okay, I don't want to make assumptions, but it is a decent point. Now the Aussie, yes, indeed. I just want to say in general, some of the entitlement, some people think they deserve when they came to the video. Wilbur set up a very clear boundary and explained every something he threw out of proportion. Wilbur doesn't owe anybody anything. Stop acting like he does. It's a point. I think the community. Let me just zoom in, so I don't have to do it as much. The community want to know things. People don't. It's tough, but you know it is how it is. They left the fandom after Techno's death, and now they watch Hermitcraft. Valid. Hermitcraft. Valid. Enjoy your sleep, YouTuber man. Thank you, Sleeping Cryptic. Thank you. I think by the time I posted the video and I got into bed, it was maybe 1 a.m. And it was a pretty good sleep, except for the fact I woke up at 6 in the morning. What about Tommy? Wilbur put so much pressure on a 16-year-old that frankly devolved into a parasocial relationship between the two. Are you talking about SMP Live era? Because I think Dream probably did worse to Wilbur, but I strongly don't want to become a Minecraft drama person. I'll happily be a drama person, given that I can still do my whole summarize things non-biasedly thing, but you know. Is that a threat or genuine comment? Sorry, who's threatening you? Most comments you saw in general from time to time are just people talking about his appearance. Yeah, exactly, and we're not here to do that. I'm confused. Anyway, sorry. Let Little Bro play Minecraft. He doesn't want to play Minecraft anymore. That was mentioned in the video. I even talked about it in my original recording, but I cut it out. I thought most people wouldn't really care. You know, the drama, yeah. This is a great job of addressing things compared to Slump Ahoy. They immediately start putting bias. Yeah, so I was non-biased, and you thought I was one of the Slop accounts because of the intro. Yeah, I opened the video very negatively because I frankly didn't want to be there. Then I kind of got into the flow like 3 minutes in, and then I felt okay. You're just going to vibe? Fair enough, Axie. Fair enough. I think that Wilbur biting habits can be like a behavior disorder because it also brings up in the ARG. Some people said that he's looking into it. Let's not go into split personality disorders. DID, multiple personality disorder, dissociative identity disorder, as it's known nowadays, is a very serious thing that stems from trauma. And in the real world, it takes, I think, 3 to 5 psychiatrists to actually diagnose that. As a idiot on the internet, I should not be going any further into it than addressing the fact that I know that that exists. I think I just saw a notification, but I think I missed it. Sorry if I did. Most people forget that, yeah, a lot of people have done bad things in the past. It's just he's, you know, in the public. He wrote songs on psychiatric ward. Exactly. It's been said quite a lot that Tommy was the reason Wilbur was now getting up in the morning and dying. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right about the pressure stuff. Yeah, that was probably too much. At the same time, people who are in bad situations will try and grab onto other people to help to try and pull them up. I understand that at the time he probably just did what he could. But yes, it's a crappy situation. It is always a rough situation to have a friend going through, you know, any sort of depression or mental health episode. But yeah, he definitely should have found it as a wake-up call to maybe try and get help from somebody else, and maybe somebody a bit older. I'm glad that Tommy turned out okay, though. Cancellation about people going through hunting spree looks better from old videos. Yeah, he's looking a little bit better. But yeah, the Violet, thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, it's a lot of, this is a lot of back and forth. He's still a human being. No one can be placed up on a pedestal, seen as a horrible being compared to the rest of the world. We're all in the same boat. You're just creating a problem or playing a victim. I don't think people playing victim, I think this is very, very blown out of proportion at the end of the day. Not in the sense of the drama. I think the drama played out in the same way that most drama plays out. But it's the fact that people are telling each other to kill themselves in comment sections. That's where it's out of proportion. That's where it's unreasonable. And that's where it's ridiculous. I'm going to start sounding like a broken record. This stream was probably a terrible idea. Never liked them. Didn't know much about the drama. Basically, they're just saying that they exist. And yeah, this person makes a good point. A lot of these comments, a lot of these top level comments are pretty reasonable. They're pretty much in my shoes where they understand. They are properly looking at this from a mature angle. Then there's a lot of people who are just like, I mean, what would you say if you said this? I'd say I'm convicted too. I mean, this one's okay, but is it actually false evidence to defend myself? I don't think anybody's really falsified much. I just think that these commenters are getting a little bit much. Do not diagnose people if you're not an expert. Yes, exactly, Axie. 100%. Stream's very cool at providing clarity. Thank you, Mars. I appreciate it. I think he did things wrong, but the sheer amount of people who care about it is a little ridiculous. I think it was never our business, let alone still be harassing people over it over a year later. Exactly. 100% exactly. It is a little much. Let's try and move on from the topic a little bit, just because I don't want to sound like a broken record. I also want to finish my beer, to be honest. It's getting a little warm. So just let me give me a sec. All right, I also have a bottle of water here. Don't you worry, everybody. Don't you worry your reasonably sized heads. It's immature to hold a grudge for 2 years, especially of a problem that doesn't actually concern you, even more especially if it's through gossiping through a 2-year-old live stream. I'm not sure what you mean by gossiping about a two... Oh, yeah, so that makes sense. Cheers, mate. Me with my water bottle. Yeah. Here, to the water drinkers of the chat, cheers. By the way, guys, thank you for being here. I do recommend, if you like me, just being me, and you want to hear about more stuff in the future, join the Discord server and maybe watch my streams when I play video games. Did you say it was beer? Okay. This is my water. This is my beer. I have 2 bottles on my desk. The accusations from Trouble were true. They know has his subs because Quackity kicked him out of the QSMP and Dream were very harsh in the comments. Yeah, because it wasn't the best acknowledgement. People probably would have thought a lot better of him if he said more, but I'm sure that there would have also been more problems if he said more anyway. We're just in this particular timeline. Is the whole drama around the biting thing. Trigger warnings again, chat. I'm going to put my hand up like this once the triggers are done. I'll give you a second to mute. Okay. So there was the biting thing. Yes. There were a lot of comments. A lot of it was also like the emotional manipulation and like the power plays about like Nia Pichu. Was that her name? Like and Tommy and how like they were treated in a certain way. And then there was also like a subtle allegation of rape. So from like a different person, and that's when it gets big. Okay. Trigger warning's over. I'm not going to talk about the R word. The only reason we're talking about it is because he's selling publicly with no shame, and you're not mistaken. Yeah, you're more or less right though, Dark. People still talk about it, which isn't the... Yeah. All right, let's get back to the crux of the matter. So this was a big one with 29 replies. The acknowledging what I've basically said, and then they talked about how the rest of the crew kind of kicked him out. You know, he's no longer one of the Minecraft boys, but Lovejoy still have him on. So I'm sure I'm not going to blame anybody. I'm not going to blame Minecraft people for kind of ditching him, and I'm not going to blame the Lovejoy people for not, because who knows? You know, who knows? Tommy was in Singapore a while ago, watched his show, he's funny. I actually really wanted to watch his Australian show, but some personal stuff happened, and I wasn't able to, and it's actually kind of sad, but it's okay. It's okay. You're back, you had to do some stuff, he's going over comments. Yeah. Depending on the time of day when I'm done, I might play video games or a song on my guitar or talk about another topic. Maybe. He really improved from jumping the Cadillac to a comedian. I mean, maybe. Lovejoy's a little funky. Yeah. I mean, it's not for everybody. Quackity was on a billboard. Damn. But you're completely right about the other people not wanting to be cancelled because Nikki and Wilbur did push boundaries too hard. Yeah, so the Nikki stuff was a lot of like the basis for my original video where I was like, hey, there's actually a pattern of this behavior. Ooh. And that's why I feel bad. I did kind of push a negative light on him, and I'm not doing that anymore, okay? I'm not doing that. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'm going to be fair. I'm better now. Who's Quackity? He's another YouTuber who was in the scene, big on the Dream SMP. He's like one of the biggest Spanish Minecraft YouTubers, but he's kind of blending the gap between the English and Spanish people, and it's actually really cool. You got your lunch? Awesome, Axie. Awesome. So yeah, and then this meow person kind of just like crashed out, like absolutely, like there's just a whole lot of crashing out in these comments, and I don't feel great. You like Tubbo's response? This is about us. Not about us, it's about them. Yeah, exactly. That's good. Chunk Chillers, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Wait, sorry, you were here before. Sorry, I just didn't see you for 2 minutes and I brain turned off. So yeah, this person's very much on, I think, Wilbur's side. And they make some points and they make some bad points. Like, okay, but Wilbur couldn't have known that she disliked it. And when she said that she liked it, and like, this is the part where I think my biggest problem with this point, I'm going to sound so bad for saying this. Y'all a bunch of virgins. Okay? Not all of you guys. But some of these commenters, some of these people. It's the fact that, like, yes, you can be into something, but yes, something can be taken too far. Some people like being choked. Not to death. But hey, some people like a hand around their neck with a bit of pressure. Some people like that, you know? Now, if you get to the point where you're like absolutely gasping for your air and you're actually worried for your life, you might say that was too much and you didn't enjoy that. But that doesn't mean that you don't like that. So, hypothetically, let's say Shelby liked being bitten. And then it was a bit too hard to the point that she was upset because she was bleeding and she didn't want that. She just wanted a little playful kinky nibble. That's the difference. And that is a huge difference that a lot of these people in the comments don't understand. It would have been better if Shovel and Wilbur talked about it more instead of creating drama about it. Look, I'm sure there is a lot of stuff in this world that gets handled quietly and privately, but this is not one of them. They did talk about safe word. Apparently, he ignored it. Exactly, Ghost Folk. That's the whole point. That, you know, and then as Mars is saying right now, consent can be revoked at any time. So even if you said, yes, hey, please do this, if they're in the middle of doing whatever that is, and then you say, hey, can you stop doing XYZ? Then they need to stop doing XYZ. It's that simple. They could have handled between themselves. Yeah. Could have, would have, should have. There's also body language. Yeah, exactly. There's always body language and other cues as well. This is like the Katie George situation. George took the signs. I think it's a little different. Actually, no, you have a point. You have a point. It is like the George situation in the sense that, you know, people were very, well, from George's perspective, he non-verbally requested to do something that she didn't stop him from doing, and then it turns out that she didn't want him to do it, or that she regretted, or whatever. And then from her perspective, was he was doing something, she didn't know how, she kind of panicked and then didn't say anything, and then he, you know, assumed that he was okay. It's very messy. It's very, very messy. But with George, I feel like a lot of people can sympathize with him, or at least for that one very particular argument in an isolated vacuum, I can sympathize with that argument, because in my personal experiences with people have done things to me in the same sense where I didn't say anything, but I smiled at them, or I gave them a different level of indication, but none of us were there. I know that I, as a person, have always been respectful to my partners, and that they have been respectful to me, but I'm not being cancelled for that. Somebody else is. So that's not, you never enjoyed George? Fair. I don't like his content either. Nothing against him, I just don't find him enjoyable. I think he screams too much. So yeah, I'm not even going to go into this. This person just kind of crashed out, and then I don't want to see this crap. I know that the people in the comment section right now, you guys are great. Thank you. You're being very nice to me. I don't know how to stream with a lot of viewers, and oh, this is scary. Please, I appreciate you if you would stick around though. I do video games and non-crazy stuff. And a big respect, people just appreciating me for making the video. And I want to talk about this channel in a minute about that as well. I explained everything. Good job. Thank you. I don't know why you guys like the video so much, but thank you. Slop Live. People of the chat, do you understand what it means when somebody says Slop Live? Just give me a yes or no. Quality, commentary, content. Is it though? I thought it sucked, but apparently I made a good video. Do you guys understand what Slop Live means? Sorry, I'm just taking a breather as well. None of you. Oh, really? Wow. I forgot that was warm water. God damn. Okay, so Slop Live is a reference to a YouTube channel. So I don't know if you guys know Pyrocynical, but he does like a lot of video essays and fancy videos. But he also don't ask GPT, ask Ben, ask me. It's okay, I got you. You love my content, you're chill. I'm glad you enjoy me, swag. I'm really glad about that. Thought it swap? No. So this is Pyro Live, which is the live stream equivalent of Pyrocynical. And he does a lot of this drama stuff. Kind of like, you know, the same stuff that I made in my video that you guys all watched. And, yeah, so this particular commenter accused me, well, not accused me, but compared me to this guy. And he makes a lot of money and has a lot of fun doing it, and he live streams and he, you know. So hey, maybe I end up like him. Except my hair is dark and I wear glasses and I'm Asian. Anyway, I've had my break. I had my break from the drama. The best thing we can do is not engage. We just know too little make a fair decision. We should support Shovel, but we should attack Wilbur without more context. Noted. Nice point. I think you're on the right track of what I was looking for in a viewer, and I'm glad to see that you're kind of, yeah. I really hope you can leave him alone. You really support Wilbur on this. Okay. Pixel, you have said something. You have talked about being on Wilbur's side. Be careful saying that, because by saying that you are putting unnecessary drama on yourself. I don't want to see an argument in this comment section. Okay, guys? Let's not argue. They have chosen to support Wilbur. That is them. That is their choice. If they want to share their opinion, they can. If they want to give a little bit of perspective, they also can. Maybe they have just looked at the situation and have decided that they can't hate on somebody until there's better evidence. And I think that is a reasonable take. And at the end of the day, it's an opinion, so let's leave it be. Let's not argue. It's unnecessary drama. Yeah. You want to talk about taxes? I mean, what do you want to know? Do you want to know? I know a little bit about Canadian tax, and I know a bit about a bit about Australian tax, because I live in Australia, and I helped a friend out the other day. Friend? You're in the chat, actually. Hello. Anyway, people respecting me. Very cool, very cool. Something I don't like, but oh wait, some I've responded to. I'll look at those in a minute. Pieces and emote? Yeah, there is one. If you guys are watching me on Twitch, I have a bunch of emotes as well. Hey, if you have a Prime, that'd be greatly appreciated. You feel like YouTube's mostly been like drama and stuff? Yeah. Honestly though, it gets views. Like, that video I did got so many views that I don't feel like I even deserve. And like, it has outperformed nearly everything I've done in the last year that was high effort. And it, what about Asian? Oh, I'm half Asian, so I was just making a joke, being like, oh, Pyro Live is British, but I'm not. Twitch is much easier to use. Well, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome, Norrare. So yeah, so here's another one of the arguments. A lot of people just showing like how the internet is being bad. I'm not gonna gloss over that too much. Yeah. But then this part here, this part is what made me sad. I've had people threaten me and tell me I should kill myself because I pointed out about his extra no proof. Like, they made a decent point, and then, yeah. So I hope that you guys can find a safe space in my channel, okay, with anything. So, yeah. You really deserve the views though. You updated clear facts. I appreciate that. I really do. It's nice. Dip tip with the hydrate. Gotcha. Guys, it's color and not color, spoken like a true Brit. What do you think of the new Superman movie? I haven't seen the trailer yet. If you want to send that a little bit later, I'll happily watch it. Can you use some requests here? Yeah, they're not on today though. Am I going to be discussing other YouTubers too in future? Yes. If I go into drama, which I want to talk about in a minute, I would want to talk about a variety of topics. Okay, I'd want to educate people, and I'd want to have people learn something nicely and properly. Dip tip with a yay. Yes, dip tip, thank you. So yeah, please don't insult people, and please be a good comment section. You know. New How to Train Dragon movie's fire? Yeah, I've heard great things, and I was worried about it. But yeah, people are discussing Shelby. Like, this whole comment section has just become a war zone at this point. I'm very sorry that I did that. I'm sorry I caused that. I didn't want to upset people. I just wanted to, you know, people will, will be being an ass in the past that was mentioned. So, hi, you sound so sweet from your videos. Hey, how do I say your name? Is that Tej Lu? Is that how I say that? T. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. I sound sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. I like to think that I'm a sweet person, but I'll let you be the judge of that. So yeah, a lot of this is just like repeating the same crap. So let's not, I'm not going to sound like I don't want to beat the dead horse. Let's move to a slightly new topic. Internet will see a pretty face and assume that they'd never lie. But if a generally ugly person said the same things, like the same words, it all came out the same, they'd be called a liar. The whole hungry puppy face and all that. Now, this is going to be a very interesting topic. Sam Lining Reed, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Yes, and thank you. Can you type out how I pronounce it? Because I said like a bunch of things. There's no clear-cut evidence. Exactly. So, when it comes to this comment, I want to make a simple question for you guys in the chat. Do you think that pretty privilege applies? Like on YouTube and with drama, whether that be somebody reporting the drama or people in the drama itself? Because, just to be clear, I'm straight. But if I were to compare Wilbur Soot in his peak to who's somebody else that's been in a lot of trouble, Call Me Carson, I would confidently say that Wilbur is a lot more attractive than Call Me Carson. But I feel like Carson has actually made a real comeback and has actually been more or less redeemed in a way. People have welcomed him back. People have, let him do content again, and nobody's really mentioning the problems. And I mean, like, his stuff was talking to minors. He wasn't that much older, but, So I don't know how much of a factor pretty privilege really is. You have a lot of Superman comics. Whoa, we're gonna talk about Superman. That's gonna be sweet. All right, I'm gonna go enjoy. Thanks for addressing and explaining. No problem. Nowhere. All right, let's have a bit of a lightning round. I'm getting tired. You don't think look should matter at all? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is amazing commentary. I don't think so, but thanks. I appreciate it. Cool. People are feeling guilty about listening to the music. I don't think that you really should. If you want to listen to music, listen to music. I probably won't ever play one of his songs on my guitar on stream. I'd love to, because I like the song, but I don't think it'd be the right idea. So yeah, people like music, let that happen. Katie Bug's drama, I don't think I want to do it for the same reasons I've outlined before. Just, it's very much not good. Wilbur admitted it. This swag, this is your comment now. It's just a lot of back and forth. I think it's okay. Also, thanks for tuning in, Nora. Hope I see you in another stream one day. Lurking would be appreciated, but no stress. It's harmful for you to claim there's evidence when the claims are false. Okay. I'm going to make a final statement. I just want to glaze through these last bits. So this is similar to me, about somebody who's watched him for a long time. I'm just going to start skipping through. I'm sorry, I'm tired. A lot of stuff was personal, yeah. Yeah, so I think it's really just mainly like the replies where people got kind of bad. People should forget the drama and move on. That's what I'm doing with this stream. This is the last time I mention Wilbur Soot in content. I'm glad you didn't act like I knew him personally. Yeah, that's the idea of the channel, guys. Yeah, a lot of appreciation for me. A lot of stuff. I like you. Please don't go bold. This is staying here for a while, okay? You're tired too? That's right. It's a show that he moved on, so we should for real. Exactly. That's what we're doing. Boxed Cat, and welcome to the stream, by the way. Anyway, a lot of people appreciated me. So yeah, I'm glad that this dude's chill and doesn't start pulling around stuff against the guy for more money and drama. I mean, I opened the video by saying, like, I knew that it was gonna, you know, that I knew that, oh, look, I'm doing a drama topic, I'm a bad person, so, yeah. Don't pull a Finn Wolfhard. What did he do? Anyway, the rest of the comments are pretty decent. You know, people share reasonable opinions, a little bit more arguing, a lot more stuff. But yeah, so the reason that I made this, also, great news, everybody, I'm moving on from the comments. I knew that, I know that everybody was sick of it, but I wanted to do it. Oh, he went bold? Damn. People are holding to the past longer than they should. Yeah, it definitely feels like that. Games Foundation says YouTube video. Yes, games. There's no proof. Yeah, so a lot of people want like a legal thing. Brilliant video, very strong. Yeah. So where is the comment? Hold on. There was a comment somewhere, and this is why. Ben Alsamba, I will not go bold. Ben is slaying so hard. He goes, no. What do you mean? What do you mean? This was like last night. Like I was trying to go to bed last night, and I got this comment. Surprised this level of content. What do you mean this level of content? It wasn't like particularly good content. Games just as YouTube video. Yes, indeed. Here. This guy. This person. How does it feel, Ben? People started fighting in your comment section. When I heard about that, yeah. Wolf Hard Corpse. Thank you. Nice person. People think I seem nice. I appreciate that. But yeah, when I saw that comment, I was a little concerned. I knew I had a lot of comments, and I knew a lot of them weren't the greatest. I was worried, and that's why I'm here today. So now that I've looked through them in real time, and you got my real and genuine reactions, I can say it ain't that deep. That a lot of the people in that comment section were, you know, really trying to argue when they didn't need to. I think at the end of the day, the situation is well and truly done. I think, I mean, I've milked it enough, and I've made 2 videos on it. The initial one, the update, and then this video is about me. I'm not doing this video. This stream isn't for the views. This stream is so I can feel like I'm being fair. And then that's it. So I appreciate that somebody was checking on me, but I also think I probably didn't even need to do this stream. A lot of people are going to argue, but I started the stream feeling really bad, and now I only feel a little bad. I thought that I caused a lot worse than I thought that I did a lot worse than I actually did. So I'm good about that. I'm feeling better. So thank you for being here in the chat and supporting me. I appreciate that. I feel better after actually looking at the comments. Right, your video about his update was good in the sense that it was just a simple summary. You weren't shoehorning any opinions. You just said stuff. Yeah, thank you, Ghost. Thank you. Who agrees that I should go bald on April Fools? Oh my gosh. No, people like my hair. I actually did it differently, and I think it looks nice today. I'm not gonna lie. It's good I brought light to the topic. Nothing's my fault. I appreciate that. That is very nice of you guys. So now, before we get into fun stuff like How to Train Your Dragon and Superman and stuff like that, let's go through a slightly adjacent topic, which is get a bald cap. Honestly, if you guys want to buy me a bald cap, I will do a stream with one. I do a lot of things for money. I'm just going to be honest with you. You know, I would love to have a beer fund on the stream. I was just thinking about that today. I stream on average once or twice a week. So if I could get like $4 Australian a week, then I could fund my beer that I can drink on stream. That would be fun. But no, any money I make, I try to improve the content. I bought this camera, there's the light, that's the microphone. All of that was funded with content, and I'm very proud of that. All right, so in regards to the content, I obviously, where you're going to stream this channel or Twitch? Both. Alcoholic? I'm not an alcoholic. So as far as this channel goes, like Ben's Bin, which is doubled in subscribers in the last day and a bit. What do you guys want to see next? Because as far as drama goes, I was really against it, but now I'm half open to it again. I think that if you guys, really enjoy, me giving a real mature, I had a lot of attitude in the video, like it's not that deep, like a real mature, simple overview, I'm down to do that. I'm down to do the Slop channel, because at the end of the day, to tell the complete truth, I like having views. I want to do what I can to get people in the stream. I want to do what I can to get people to sit here and listen to me yap for how long has it been? An hour and a half. I love that. I love content creation. So whether I what's the word? Whether I do more drama or not, new Cyro, yay, yippee, new Slop channel to binge. Well, I mean, like, I might. I could be Slop. I don't think I'd do it as a main thing. I think we keep this channel very raw, very Ben, like I'm doing right now. This is just me. I'm talking. I summarized that whole Wilbur Soot video. Some people don't believe me on this. I've spoken to a couple friends. That video was not scripted. To be completely honest, it didn't take that much effort. So yeah, I definitely want to do stuff that gets the views, and if it's drama, I will do drama. But then we're also going to have the personality aspect. Like this stream is a one-off. This stream is a one-off. On Monday, I'm going to play games with like one of my best friends. Maybe I'll play Minecraft. Oh, don't worry, guys. Don't worry, don't worry. Don't you worry. I'd be good at horror games. I'm open to horror games, but I will yell a little bit. I'd be good at doing ARGs. I'm open to it, but I'm not great at investigating them. Simple overview is fine, but it can become a topic. Yeah. Drama would be a sometimes topic, but we can leave it on this channel. That's the point of the bin. Banter, I still want to have as my good commentary channel where I put a little more effort into it. And then Ben's Brain is supposed to be my super high effort video games channel. I just haven't had the time. Dead of Night would be amazing. It's a horror game with lore. I'm open to that. To tell the truth, I want to play The Last of Us. I really want to play The Last of Us. I watched the whole show recently, and I feel like the game is going to be so much better. But I also did enjoy the game. Should do a Daz Games kind of channel. I'm open to that. The only stipulation I have with Ben's Bin, this one, is that 1, I stream on it, and 2, I also don't do a huge amount of production. This channel is meant to be raw. This channel is meant to be very genuine. This is meant to be very me. Okay, like, and I know a lot of people appreciated that. A lot of people have been like, wow, yeah, this Ben guy, he's not flashy. I like that. And you know what? I kind of like that. Grace, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? We're actually at the back end. I've looked over the Wilbur Soot stuff. We're at a happy side of things. There's a YouTuber that has allegations of being a fish. Honestly, I'm down to do a video on that. You know, how about later in the week we could do a stream on that where I react to it and everything, and then I could do a video summarizing that. Reactions to songs. In terms of copyright, that becomes a nightmare very fast. Like very, very fast. Ben, are you a fish? No, I'm not a fish. Yeah, you're not like at 1,000% volume and down to earth. It's very nice. Yeah. JD's and Lenelman, you know what? I'm going to become the anti-slop channel. It's like the anti-social social club, but it's going to be slop, but done in a way that is respectful and not political. Wow. Imagine, think about that. I never thought I'd say anything like that. I heard of the game situation is foundation. Yeah, game's foundation, I agree. I'm still gonna have the clickbait though. I'm still gonna have to do like the same clickbait as the Wilbur Soot video, and then I like zoom in and be like, Wilbur Soot's back. Maybe I do one called the slop situation is crazy, where I announce this idea that we just came up with together. Thanks, guys. If you're looking into doing short horror games with lore, recommend Bad Parenting. It deep dives into how parents were the monsters and ooh, damn, I like that. That sounds rather deep, must I say. Okay, we got some good ideas. The slump situation is healing. I like that one. I like that one. I like this how I went from a mostly serious stream to whatever's going in the chat. Yes, I can be very mood swingy on stream. I feel like that there's nothing more for me to say in regards to the other topic. So I feel like we can breathe now. Also, Discord link in the chat if you guys are interested. Just in case, because what was I thinking? Because if you guys want to suggest games for me to play and you guys want to see me play games, I will be doing so very soon. I'm thinking I play Repo with my friend on Monday, and then hey, I could maybe play The Last of Us on Tuesday. Who knows? I'm new here, by the way. What do you normally make videos and stream about? So this channel is brand new. So we're still trying to figure out that aspect. From the sounds of it, it's a lot of personality, a lot of me, covered drama sometimes, and then sometimes I make nicer videos. But they're simple, they're non-flashy, and they're chill and cool. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what we just kind of figured out 5 seconds ago. But I also educate people about making YouTube videos. I actually am half decent at editing videos. This one is my personality channel, I guess. I also do nicer commentaries, or at least I used to, on Ben's Banter. I plan to come back on that one very soon. And then Ben's Brain is for my fancy gaming projects. Honestly, I haven't done stuff for a very long time. This is like my 4th stream back after like a very long hiatus. I am, in all intents and purposes, I'm a pretty new creator overall. So I appreciate that you want to know more about me, but I also don't have a huge amount to offer quite just yet. He's not a fish, he's a preppy mermaid. Wow. Am I gonna get more of that? Am I? Okay, we talked about How to Train Your Dragon, and I think somebody wanted to recommend a different kind of thing to me as well to watch. So part of me wants to end the stream, and a part of me wants to appreciate that I have more than 2 viewers. So what next, guys? I have done my piece. So now that I've done my piece, what would you guys like next? I love audience interaction, so you guys are open to more drama. You guys are open to me playing games. You guys are amazing. I never could have expected something positive from this. We should watch a horror movie. Neurobean, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? I'm gonna have such a good fan base. Honestly, I already do. Like, I have the people who watch me on Twitch consistently already. They are some of the most amazing, like, loyal people. I appreciate them so much. But yeah, I appreciate that you guys have shown up now. Horror games? Maybe. Maybe. FNAF? Oh, I don't know. Could you guys convince me to play FNAF? Lights off and doors shut? I actually have, I was gonna have the main light in my room turned off. But, what was I thinking? I have a green screen behind me. Not right now, but I have a green screen and I was gonna, put it up and do other things. But then, yeah, you have the Twitch stream open on another tab. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. That's crazy. You appreciate me as well, Axie? Thank you. Do I know about Skink Marink? It's a horror movie. Ooh. My friends and I love watching horror movies. I just sadly can't stream them. Ow. Copyright. Horror. Yep, pretty much. Can you go to Freddy's Pizzeria in real life? If you guys want to help me pay for that, I'm down. I will contribute $100 towards that. I can't really afford much more. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to address. One comment that I got. Somebody was like, you don't have 1,000 subscribers, so you're not monetized. You can't make money jokes. Yes, I can. I can make jokes about whatever the hell I want, for starters. But if I can get monetized on this channel, that'd be amazing. I don't care. As much as I say I don't care about money, it also helps a lot to have, So yeah, but I had a different channel, which was monetized. So I was talking in reference to that channel. Anyway, this is you on the other tab. Welcome in, Axolotl. Okay, thank you for having 2 tabs. That's awesome. You guys are so supportive already. I didn't even know I could pull this off. Wow. You make FNAF artwork. Wow, that's awesome. I really want to learn Blender, but I find it very difficult. I'm great at 3D modeling in Fusion 360. I'm great at making engineering parts. Like, I'm literally designing a brand new cup holder mechanism for an old car at the moment. Like, but comes to Blender, I suck. I'm so dumb when it comes to Blender. I don't know why. So yeah, video games. Cool. Video games and drama. Now, the number one thing I'm going to need your help with is, at the end of the day, we know that milking the drama cow brings in the new people, brings in a little bit of money, and, when there's a topic, when there's a slip to slop and a slop to sloppin, when it is time for me to do one of those videos, I need your help. Because if I'm going to do this, if I'm really going to actually do this, I have a problem called being employed and also touching grass, which also means that I rarely know what's going on. And I'm not saying you guys are a bunch of idiots, but I'm saying that one person can't do as well as a whole legion of people. So hey, if you guys see another topic, if George Not Found gets cancelled again, or if, some other thing happens, maybe another Minecraft YouTuber touches someone, or I don't know, what's one? Do you guys know Darman? He makes like kids content. He's currently copy striking a YouTuber for making reaction videos. That could be a topic. I could talk about that. That'd be interesting. I don't think it would get any views, but oh well. If it's something that will interest at least one of you guys, I'll do it. Why not? Pancakes is gross. Well, welcome back, Pancakes. Hey, you offered to edit for me on the Slob channel. So, yeah. Come back from watching a movie. Welcome. What movie did you watch, and how was it? Popular MMOs. What about him? As in like a history documentary, or do you mean like... Because I don't have a huge amount of spare time to like research. Not duh, man. Well, I actually have secretly been wanting to do a video and a stream, and I wanted to call it Darman Bingo. Would you guys like to play Darman Bingo with me? The winner can get, I don't know, gifted subs, perhaps? He scares you? It's okay. It's okay. I'm here. Repo's funny with a heap of YouTubers. Well, I will be playing it probably on Monday. So if you want to tune in on Monday, I'll play some more Repo. Pancakes, if you want to join, you may. You might be able to do the video edited in one day, cough cough. The second exposed video was not made in a weekend, cough cough. Pancakes, if you are interested in editing for me still, DM me. Jamie, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a great day. Hope you are having a good day. You guys would like that? Cool. Look, at the end of the day, this was originally meant to be a stream highlights channel, but, you know, maybe I do just a little bit extra, just something to bring in the views. You've never watched a Darman in your entire life. I don't think I will from the videos I've seen of the things he's done. Unbelievably cringe his videos are. Yes, and that's exactly why we're playing bingo. We're going to have, I'll make some bingo cards, and then we can look through together, and we can be like, oh, he said something cringe. Tick that one off. And then we can be like, oh, wow. Gee willikers, he had a character hide their face again. Tick that one off. And then, you know, I'll maybe give you guys a little bit of money, give you guys some gifted subs. Maybe if I'm lucky, you guys might have Twitch Prime, and then you'll maybe give me a couple subs, and then that'd be cool. And then I might afford to have beer for my stream. But again, when I talk about money, I'm always joking. I'm not serious. There's no pressure. The fish allegations, that actually would be funny for me to do a video on. Please send me that. Actually, if you want to send it to me now, we could probably do that. We could probably look at that on stream. I remember watching a video of Darman, and one of the lines legit were, "Because you're black." Really? Really? Maybe one of the bingo cards could be, says something outlandish. That'd be a funny one. It actually would be kind of insane. But yeah, I think, because I don't want to, okay, reaction content I'm okay with, as long as, well, reaction content is a really weird spot, but I know that I'm really, really good at yapping. I can yap forever. I can talk for a very long time about things. So I think that my version of a reaction video would actually be pretty fun for you guys, because there's a lot of Ben in it. Ben, if you aren't a fish, are you a horse? As far as I'm aware, I am a human. But am I really a human? Or maybe I'm something else. Maybe I'm something that none of you guys would ever even predict for a single moment on this earth. Because at the end of the day, do you really know who I am? Do you really know what this is? I could just be an AI. And maybe you're not even watching a stream like that. Maybe you need to wake up because you are actually at home and asleep, and you have school in the morning, and life is easy. But you don't even know it yet, because you know what? Maybe it's not that deep. Maybe I'm just a guy making content and trying to figure something out. Maybe. Who knows? Yapping's awesome. I'm glad. Bunny, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We're not just telling stories, we're changing lives. Yes, we are. Nice keyboard. Thank you, TSG, and welcome to the stream. It is custom built. I built it myself. Nice keyboard. Thank you. How did you see the key? That camera is like VHS quality. Your friend changed something in a game and broke a dialogue. That's a shame. It's ongoing. Even better. That means I can do follow-up videos. Boys, girls, people who aren't either of them, and those who are in between. We are gonna milk something. And I'm sorry, I can't say that seriously. I'm a terrible, terrible person. I'm a zebra. Oh my god. Am I? Came from YouTube. Thank you, Bunny. I really appreciate everybody that's joined into the stream. It's crazy to think that I'm growing as a creator. You know, I've streamed to a small community for a very long time. The keyboard mount was awesome. Oh, you guys are so nice. You guys are always so nice to me. Let me pull up a screenshot. I have a beautiful picture that I took of my desk setup. I just have to find it. Just bear. You really got to bear with me on this one. I'm sorry, chat. That person, no, not that person. Also not them. Maybe them. Actually, not them. It was somebody I was talking to the other day, and I sent them this picture, so I'm trying to find them. Ah, here it is. Out of pocket, I look like you. Oh damn, that's kind of scary. Your chills from your spine from that bit. Interesting. Well, who do you think I look like? A lot of people think I look like other things. All right, so for context, I have been working. When I say I make fancy videos, I really mean it. This is a picture I took of my desk setup. So that's my keyboard there. It's a 75% custom themed, made to match my mouse pad, which I bought to match the keyboard. It's all planned out, and then I still have my G Pro Superlight. So yeah, that is my desk setup. It's a little bit different now, but that's mostly it. And that was taken on this camera. This was for a Valorant video that I was making. I ultimately scrapped the video because I felt like it sucked. You go vibes in the dark. It really is vibes in the dark. Let me pull up some more pictures for you. All right. So this was one of the shots from the video. That's my shoulder there. Believe it or not, these broad shoulders are in fact mine. My veiny ass hand, because I come from a Wattpad script apparently. I don't know why. Some people have been freaked out by my hand. Some people like them. Who knows? This shot here. My desk is a little different now, but that's basically what it looks like. I got a big monitor, little monitor. You have a different audio thing, but yeah, this is all going to be part of that video. It's called The Perfect Sensitivity. I just I scrapped it because I got to a point in the video where I realized that it is actually kind of stupid, like really stupid, to make a whole like film about finding the right sensitivity in a first-person shooter game. So I kind of scrapped it. There is one video I want to make though, and I'm going to reuse some of the footage. It's called Mission Escape Silver, and it is a pure passion project about me finally reaching a rank that can be considered half decent. And I really want to make that. So if you guys, if you stick around, one day, you will see a series of Valorant streams where I get really tilted, and then a really, really cool video afterwards. Posture's not that bad. I appreciate it. I think it was just like my neck that was a little forward. Ready? Yeah, cracked my neck. Mars has to go for lunch. It's okay, Mars. I'm probably gonna leave soon anyway. Like, I think I've milked this enough. I don't want to be a bad guy and get viewers. I don't want to clickbait people. Like, this stream is still titled Addressing My Wilbur Soot comments, and I'm no longer doing that. So I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to milk people off that if they're not going to get that. So yeah, maybe next stream. It's all right, Mars. There'll be another stream. I really appreciate that you've joined in, though. Thank you so much for coming in. The fish accusation was made in a live stream, is now a VOD. Okay, well, if you can find it, I'd really appreciate it if you could send that to me on the Discord. Dark Ball says, ooh, yeah, I'm glad you guys are interested in that. I'm so passionate about some of my projects. It's ridiculous, but sometimes I never get the chance. It's almost 10, so you gotta sleep. All good, all good. I think I'm gonna go watch some TV. I need to put my beer in the bin. I need to drink just a little bit more water. And then yeah, I think we can all move on. We can all say that we're decent people. Or at least I think you are. Should get back into Val? Yeah, maybe you should. Okay, so final addressment of the day. Final thing. I have a cool outro, by the way. Where are you guys from? You guys Aussies? You guys Americans? Indians? You guys could be from anywhere. You gonna join the Discord before you go? Alright, Mars. Wait, Mars, are you the Mars that I know, or are you a different Mars? Is there a different Mars? Are we gonna have a second Mars? Oh my gosh. Yes, Aussies in the chat. Finally, I can have people who watch me. I can finally have viewers who are in my country. No offense to people who aren't. You're from South Africa. Wow. Hello, bunny. Also, do you guys like that the chat is like behind me? I think it's really cool. I'm very proud of it. You're a different Mars. Oh my gosh, Mars, I'm so sorry. I thought you were somebody I knew. Okay, Mars. So I do have a Mars in my chat. Very, very long-term fan. I think they're still one of my moderators on Twitch, and they go by Mars as well, who also, they like the idea of stealing my gender. Also, as far as the gender conversation goes, instead of stealing my gender, if you guys want it, can we share it? Can Can I still have it? Italian and German. Ooh, very cool. You're cooler than the other. You want to battle the other Mars for the title? I'm down to witness that. I'm very much down to witness that. Okay, ladies and gentlethems, I think that my bot is broken. So I think that I will manually send the Twitch link in the YouTube chat, just in case you guys want to watch me on Twitch instead. If you're interested, of course. You don't have to, but I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would come back. It'd be great. I'm also going to drop the Discord link just one more time, just so you guys can stay in contact with me, recommend me some video games to play or any other drama topics you may want to hear. Do I play TF2? I haven't played it in a long time, but it is legitimately one of my favorite games of all time. It's like in my top 2. I don't know if Minecraft wins or TF2 wins, but TF2 has been in my life for longer than anyone, excluding my parents. It's crazy. You hit with an ad? I'm so sorry. That's why we stream on YouTube, so you don't have to deal with the bloody ads. Anyway, you know what? We've done well. We have done well. Thank you, everybody. I hope to see you next time, but if I don't, I won't blame you. Alright. I suck at ending streams, but it's alright. Sleep well, everybody. Have a great day, if it's the daytime. But without further ado, I think it's time to call it quits. Alright. See you guys. Oh, I think I did well. I'm proud of myself. You guys should be proud of yourselves too. You guys have been very mature. So next stream, maybe tomorrow if I'm feeling like it, but definitely be one on Monday. See you then.